Forget America. White America is an irredeemably racist country, and that the only course for the Negroes is to bring about a final, violent, apocalyptic confrontation of black and white.
As Governor of the State of Michigan, I do hereby officially request the immediate deployment of federal troops into Michigan to assist state and local authorities in reestablishing law and order in the city of Detroit. I am joined in this request by Jerome P. Kavanaugh, Mayor of the city of Detroit.
Pillage, looting, murder, and arson have nothing to do with civil rights.
You're going to sit in front of your television set and listen to LBJ tell you that violence never accomplishes anything, my fellow Americans. But you see, the real problem with violence is that we have never been violent. We have been too non-violent.
You still don't get it, do you, boys? There ain't no countries anymore. No more good guys. They're running the whole show. They own everything, the whole goddamn planet. They can do whatever they want. What's wrong with having it good for a change? Now, they're going to let us have it good if we just help them. They're going to leave us alone. Let us make some money. You can have a little taste of that good life, too. Now, I know you want it. Hell, everybody does.
You do it to your own kind.
What's the threat? We all sell out every day. Might as well be on the winning team.
Right. This is going to be in one of my first video essay test for the new style of video essays that I'll be bringing to my Real Detroit TV and Make It Plain TV channel, and then eventually Black Watch. Right now, we're going to do Detroit Police Commissioners meeting that was held on February the 9th, 2023, which they didn't release until, what was it, the end of, I think it was the end of February, beginning of March. So it's been highly edited and cut. Now, what brings me here by watching the Detroit Police Commissioners is because I had by design, a neighbor shoot through my home, and I went to fill out a police report, and they put a detective I had on, Detective Wilson, out of the 3rd Precinct that I dealt with about 7 years ago on some VA connected targeting fuckery, which I'll get into that until a later date, go more in depth. But then I also sent it up the chain of command to the Detroit Police Commissioners. Haven't heard anything from them. So I decided to watch them and see what's going on, which I watched them in the past. But this is a whole new board. Now, on top of that, while I'm just watching, I came across the video. Well, no. And actually, like, I'm going to start the video off. It will be a link to this full video, this meeting, the Detroit Police Commissioners meeting, in my description. But what made me really energize me to do this is Police Commissioner Jesus Hernandez, who was so belligerent and so disrespectful. But what made me do that, because I seen a pattern here, not just Detroit, but also in Flint. That pattern is you have City Councilman Eric Mays, and if you're familiar with politics in Michigan, he's well known. So type his name into YouTube, you'll believe me, you'll get back hits. Now, somebody was genius, maybe his daughter. I think it was his daughter, but I like his grandbaby right there, because usually he be going in. I'm talking about in. But because his grandson was there, he was on his best behavior. So he was reciting law, the whole nine. Usually he is, until somebody piss him off with some bullshit or trying to, oh, hold up, I can't curse, YouTube algorithm, 2 minutes in. Somebody's being belligerent or lying or something, then he just goes all the way off. But what I noticed was this new barrier class new arrival, Mr. Whitman, Chief Financial Advisor, and they were discussing the wind funds. wind pumps and the wind funds, I guess, for the pumps for the water. And he's a chief financial advisor. And Councilman Eric Mays stated that he was being flippant. He was being very dismissive, very disrespectful. Then finally, he just like dismissed him with his hand and walked off and walked. And wait till you see this little fat barrier class couldn't make it in his own country. And yes, I'm going that hard, because when you disrespect Africa, first off, you're in a black city. You're in a black city where people have been, to me, it was by design, chemical warfare put upon them. So you in a black city council and you decide to the voters that hire you in and you working for to just walk away when the councilman, because you don't like their questions about where the money, how the money is being allocated, and that's more than actually. See, they're saying it's disrespectful. I'm saying it reaches the line of being criminal. So much so, I'm going to show you the collusion that works. Everybody talk about this black and brown coalition. That's some keep hope alive, highly conditioned Negro peens that believe in that. Now, when I state what I do, everybody will act like I'm the villain. Well, you're gonna see City Council member Tanya Burns. She called him back up to the floor when he walked away because he was in the back snickering with some other advisors, showing just blatant disrespect. So she called two of them to the front because they could hear everything. I ain't even know that, but I'll go to this one on a later date. But I was just testing this one out to test this new way of me for disseminating information and video essays, and keeping digital notes. But she called him on it and was like, what did he mean by being dismissive with his hand? And she, scolded him, stating that he was being disrespectful to the taxpayers of Flint. They deserve better than that, from the chief financial advisor. And also he was being being very disrespectful to the city council. So she was trying to stick on record what did that mean? Because she was she's getting him. What does that mean? This fool gonna say, oh, I don't want to speak about that now. Again, showing more disrespect. So who comes in to say today, while the city councilman was doing everything that she was supposed to get him on record, to state not only because the video is disrespect, the audio caught what they were talking about, because she called two of them up to the hold on, where's this other dude at? She called two of them. Hold on, I got him. That's a long note. So that was like, it was two of them that she had to verbally impale. But let me see. Yeah, this dude, I don't even know his name. But yeah, she was grilling all over. A lot of bugs in it. So, but I worked through the bugs on the Detroit one. That's Detroit one after that. But here's my point, and so you don't know why I'm going so ham on Jesus Hernandez, police commissioner, because I'm going to illustrate to you this disrespectful attitude that these barrier class new arrival failures in their own country, they fleers from their own country, and then they come here to where we laid the groundwork and the foundation for them to be here. They have blatant, outwardly disrespect and to me distribute a lot of anti-blackness, but most people don't call him on it and don't call him on it. But he was just so disrespectful here, they called him on it. But the key was here, Tanya Burns did what she's supposed to do, called him back up to the front. And then when he said, I'm not going to answer that right now, I don't feel like answer that right now, let's move on. Being more disrespectful. So she's like, nah, I want to know what you mean by that. Guess who whites comes in to say today? White mommy. Because she know, again, they work hand in hand. It ain't no black and brown coalition. It's a black and white. It's a white and brown coalition. And they know that the only way that they just belligerent with it. Now, out in you used to be veiled, but it's out in your face that they know that they're doing the oppressor class job for them, and that's why they are allowed. That's why they're allowed to rise here. That's why they're allowed to be in these jobs. My problem is it's a bunch of old Negro peens that keep voting and hiring them in thinking like, oh, they're a minority. Nah, they're not your type of minority. They're the token minority for the oppressor class to do their bidding. And there's no greater point to illustrate that than these two illustrations I'm going to give you here today. But she jumps in and then gives him a defense when that's out of her place. She's on the board. You don't jump in and give him defense when she's asking him to explain his actions. So again, she needs to be gone too, but I'll get to that later.
Hit the like button and subscribe. I need you to hit the like button so it can register on YouTube algorithm. That's why I don't monetize it. All I need you to do, and again, if you enjoy this free content, this free information, and you leave here smarter, which is my intention, then go ahead and hit the like button and share.
Let's deal with the Detroit. Now I'm only gonna cover about 3 of these videos on here because as you see it's long and extensive. But as you see, I make notes with hearts. I don't really know her. She part of this little building right here, so I ain't know if she riding with the police. I know she do a lot of good work. But who I do know that I love and do a lot of good work is Mrs. Kathy Montgomery right here. Very passionate, very articulate, very, very passionate and dignified lady. Woman with a lot of grace. That's an elder. Most of these old niggas ain't nothing but old niggas. Everybody get mad about when I say that. Old people want to fight me. I don't care. Because I'm going to illustrate to you what I see. And what y'all ignore and how conditioned you slave Negro peens are. But this gives me hope because we have Mrs. Parks over here. And they were both on point with their notes, giving them the business. But Miss Parks over here gave them that crazy work where they, right after she finished, they cut her and then started saying people only got 2 minutes. But these idiots, and there'll be a video link in the description for this full meeting. These police, these inadequate and DPD pocket, Kim Worthy pocket, and the prosecutor's office pocket, supposed to be representatives and to hold police accountable. It's supposed to work for the civilians and residents of Detroit. Nah. They was over here kikiing and kahaing with each other. Ain't no time limit. They was talking about craziness. Nothing to get productive. Patting each other on the back for nothing. And then these real community organizers came in and gave them that work. But let's get to it. So right now I got to punch you in your face. I ain't starting off with none of that in the beginning. I'm starting off with, I'm going to show you the Mr. Commissioner's, Police Commissioner Hernandez, and his name Jesus. So and this was crazy too with these Negro peens going. He think you like again. These one of these Latinos who swear they white. He gonna act just like your white, just like when Biden. Just like when his actions here reminds me of when Biden told niggas you ain't black if you don't vote for me. When he ran off made the crime bill up and put more niggas in jail than slavery. And you old bootlicking Negro slave Negro peens still voted for him because basically he was saying. You a nigga, you a slave nigga, I'm your master, you better vote for me, boy. And you did it. So his actions, Jesus, and again, I'm going back to Jesus because you Negro peen niggas love that slave doctrine, so I'm going to show you just how much of a slave nigga you is from what I see. But, you're going to see how belligerent and disrespectful he is. And they be saying, flip it, nah. I want you to pay attention to his body language and the words that he articulate to the taxpayers that showed up. Hold on, let's get to it. Hold up. Also, you can do the transcripts. If you're wondering how I did all this, I'm using a program called Tuber's Lab. But then to get the timestamps and stuff like this, you just come down to transcripts and then you can get right to it. But as you can see, you get right to the video too. You see I click right there. You can do it through transcripts, transcripts, and even right here, even though I'll do a little video essay, Tuber's Lab, but it's very simplified to use in Chrome Firefox browser. As a matter of fact, Microsoft Edge, the new Microsoft Edge, uses less memory than Chrome. and Firefox, and you can also use their add-on to strike that extensions and themes inside that browser. So Microsoft finally came up with enough of the tech class. Let's still get to giving them this work. Hold up, who doing thumbs up? See, right there. See, I'm about to get mad. Anybody think this was good? See, this was wrong with Detroit. The 67% illiteracy rate. That's why they able to do this. I'm going to dumb down. All right, hold up. Where we at? I want you to listen to what he says. He's really belligerent, but I'm going to show you what worked him up to this point to be this outwardly belligerent. But let's hear what he got to say.
Directed to me. So I'll give an update once again for maybe the fourth time on the hiring process for board secretary and chief investigator. Every process that we're following is entirely consistent with city HR practices and guidance. Guidance is the key word there. This is not a process that myself or any other commissioner has made up or invented out of thin air. It's consistent with legal practices and guidance from the law department as well. And that's why I entirely feel confident in that process. The discretion for an executive position that is appointment-based is exactly what we're doing, which we're hosting these meetings, or these interviews rather, in-house in committee. There was plenty of opportunity to have feedback provided to myself, to Chair Ferguson, to others, which that was not the case. We have interviews scheduled tomorrow morning, which I think is very irresponsible to try and suggest otherwise less than 24 hours from when we have those meetings scheduled. There's been a lot of work from city HR and the law department already to get us to this point. And so with that process laid out and with us executing on that process, we're going to fill these positions in a manner that is legal and consistent with the policies that are in place, not that I invented, but city HR. So if there are any questions, I would refer any commissioner that has a question to the law department and to city HR to ask them at this point, because I've provided this thoroughly and transparently on several occasions. And I won't do so again.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
You hear what he said? And look at his attitude and what he did, slam the mic down, talking about what he not going to do again when the taxpayer paying for him to be there. He's elected. And that's the level of disrespect that he does to the city of Detroit. But hold on. Let's take a look. Wait, I know it better be recorded. The level of disrespect that he has for the citizens of Detroit. Let's go deeper though. I want to go a little bit deeper. What we got going on here? Let's talk about how defeated one police commissioner is. Burton looked like they done beat him into submission. I mean, look at his whole body language. His whole, if you watch him watch him also through the whole meeting. This is the one, Commissioner Burton was the one that they, I think he had a lawsuit, and I think he lost the lawsuit. I think he did. He put a lawsuit on because he had got arrested, and he was fighting for the people. So I think he's just broken. I mean, his body, he just defeated. It just body language defeated. Then they got, what is it? Hers, the CD chair that she's sitting in for the chief of police. That's by design, because again, you will see from when I go back to these two organizers. Well, they was getting that work. They was patting each other on the back for the first, about an hour. Yeah, for about a whole hour, they patting each other on the back because ain't nobody really spoke. Now, when somebody finally did, that was the first person. So he disrespected one of these community organizers. They gave him that work. So they got a work for the last hour. They got that work from the community. Now, it's not that many people there from the community because it's being held in a precinct police station, which one of these organizers is going to make a great point of as a form of intimidation. how you want me to come to the place to make a report on, to report to the people that causing me harm or doing injustice. That's a form of intimidation. But look at his and I believe nobody checked him, because I mean, first off, they all working together. How's the police commissioners, where they meet at, is inside of a precinct? Come, man, is you crazy? With the police, I'm so frustrated right now. What this is just going to show is the Detroit police commissioners, they're in a pocket of DPD, and especially Kim Unworthy. But let's see, did he say anything else? Look at his attitude. What makes me mad is right here, these bootlicking Sambos. He always laughing and giggling. He ain't even check him to be like, hold on, do not disrespect the residents like that. Right, we here because of them. He's like, yeah, he got him. Put that nigga in his place. And he went right to these older bootlicking niggas. I had no respect for none of these old niggas. We gonna see some elders. These ain't it. These are bootlicking Negro peens, the Sambo class. Now, you want to see an elder? Let's scroll over to an elder. Nah, this nigga. All right, hold up. Okay, I gotta quit saying nigga. This Negro peen came late, then was yawning when I'm like, you should have stayed in bed. Like, you just watch the whole, and the police commissioners. And see, you're so used to be getting treated like nothing in Detroit that y'all, that's why we got 4 likes over here. Probably white people liking it. Like, okay, they'll be gone soon. But it's just 67% of literacy rate. That's how they allow to get away with all this and electing people like this. Now, she's the human resource part of hiring of the DPD. Oh my God, that's a mess in itself too. So backwards. I don't think I'm going too far. Was it before? Oh no, flip it. He did some work. He was at work. Hold on, let me look. I'm pretty sure that hold on. Post this. Hold up. Wait, hold up. Oh yeah. No, he did get some work. That's why he was being like that, because you see that I got hearts on them. Hearts with the black power side of the most. Like she's good, but I don't know. I think she's a good organizer. Her heart means well. I think she's more in collusion with them, because she didn't really check them at all. But we're gonna get into the first we coming with Miss Kathy Montgomery. Matter of fact, they energized me and motivated me to not be so verbally intrusive right here, because they use a lot of grace and class. Her and Miss Parks. Miss Parks, I think her name is Parks. Let me go down here. Yeah, Miss Parks. So, and they were on point. They had their notes and they had their issue. But again, and they couldn't dispute none of it. So let me just be quiet and let it ride, and you can hear it from them. Yeah, but this is a very sad display on Detroit police commissioners. It's highly disgusting and just inadequate. I only seen like 1 or 2 that really to me was intellectually adequate, but I'll get into that. We'll get into Mrs. Kathy Montgomery.
I'm speaking in the wake of a recent murder of a young man by the name of Tyree Nichols in Memphis, Tennessee. And the police officers that were involved in that assault and ultimate death of this young man are being prosecuted for murder and numerous other felonies. I'd like to know what has been done about the murder of Porter Burks in Detroit, Michigan, a month or 2 ago. It was on the news for a week or 2. Police officers, I believe, were suspended with pay. And to my knowledge, no criminal charges have been pressed. I'd like to know if this board has reviewed the body cam video or any video related to that killing of that young man who was mentally ill, having a breakdown, and allegedly threatened the police officers with a pocket knife. When I saw the video on the news, the part that was shown on the news, he was at least 40 or 50 feet away from the police officers. And in my mind, he was not a threat to those police officers that shot him to death. And if this board has not reviewed that video yet, I insist that that is your job. Your job, you were elected to protect the community from police officers who abuse their authority. And in my mind, if those officers were not at an imminent threat, they had no right to shoot and kill this young man who was having a breakdown. And I'd like to hear comments from the board afterwards to answer some of my questions. Thank you.
Ms. Parks.
Thank you. This board has reviewed it. Has reviewed the body cam footage.
She wants the community to view it. And
I can't speak on that.
I agree with her.
I can't speak on that. Only thing I can speak on, this board.
Boot licking nigga. Who does nigga think he is? This board, I reviewed it. He said, no, the point is you're supposed to be fighting for the community to view it. When you hiding it, just saying you and the police seen it and the prosecutor office. So we already see right there, you articulating what team you play for. And when you continue to keep stating that, but this is like, listen, they're so blissful. I call it this because I call the doctors at the VA and dealing with the VA. It's the same systematic, has it been past 2 minutes and I could curse? Yeah, same systematic form of fuckery. These people be so bliss and ignorant arrogance that they don't even understand how super retarded that they sound articulating their position when you're in a position of where the taxpayer put you. So when you stating that, yeah, I viewed it, yeah, that's what the prosecutor's saying. That's what the police is saying. That's what the police union is saying. You're supposed to be on our side fighting for us to view it. But when you continue to say, I viewed it, that lets you know that we're at odds, that you're on their team, not the team for the residents of Detroit. You on the team on the side of the prosecutor, the prosecutor's office, and DPD, and the police unions. That's the side you on, police commissioner.
Has reviewed the body cam footage.
The community has not.
I can't speak on that. I can't speak on it. But I just let you know that I saw the body cam footage.
See, that's why I be having a problem. That's why I'm like when I go in the VA, because they be doing the same type shit, I have to detach all emotion. The lady's been graceful, very respectful. She's the prime example on what an elder supposed to be. Now that Negro peen is what typically comes from a socialized education and a bootlicking fake Christian. That's the side he on, devil's side. So that's again, and then it's like being disrespectful, patronizing her, and being highly insulting, saying, "But I seen it. And at first I used to think these people just doing that to disrespect you and stuff. But they actually believe that they're so brainwashed that they actually believe that they're doing a good thing. He actually believed, because I take it as malice, being malicious. But he actually believed that he's doing a good thing saying that, but I seen it. You're not us, you're not the public. But he feels that he's the deciding factor. See, this again when they put him in these positions. So you think he like the judge of the civilians? No, that's why we're here judging that. We just put you in power, put you in place in power, to be the ones that go over there and argue to the police to release it to us. Don't hide it from us. But he feels he got the power, so he acts like he's Kim Worthy or he's the chief of damn police. When that's not your position. So that's why I say that it's us against them. Because even when you hire him, look what happens. He's talking like he's the goddamn DA or prosecutor. Man, I seen it. Look, you don't need to worry about nothing because I seen it. Yeah, we need to see it more because just off that mindset shows that you intellectually inadequate. You don't understand your job. The hell?
The prosecutor's office refused to prosecute. It was taken to the prosecutor.
Yes.
She said
It's in the prosecutor's hand. Yes.
she already said she wasn't prosecuting.
Go ahead.
As she stated, so every officer involved shooting that occurs, a warrant, an investigation is conducted, a neutral investigation is conducted by a task force that includes Michigan State Police. The investigation was submitted to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, who declined to prosecute based on the investigation submitted. All of the information that you provided, all the information that you had a concern about was provided to the prosecutor. It was looked at, and the determination was made to decline prosecution.
See right there. That's transparent. That's cowardice. That's cowardice what this little punk ass chief of police just pulled. He sent a woman down there, woman commander. Because you know women ain't gonna be that volatile and hostile to the woman. So he sent his flunky down to her, and then what she articulate? She articulate what we already know. That's what she did. But see, that's why Jesus Hernandez, that's why I started off with him, because he was undergoing that. But here's what I don't like too, just again while watching this for about the fourth time. Who was he talking to? Well, I know but that's probably why they weren't showing that camera. Who was he talking to like that? Was he talking to Miss Parks, or was he talking to damn it. He better not have been talking to Miss Montgomery or Miss Parks like that, because that's who he was in the direction of. Where, remember, I'm gonna go back to that video too, but this will riled his ass up. I'm trying to investigate who was he talking to, and they did some clever little camera work to put the camera on him, but not to show who was he talking that insulting to, talking about, yeah, I done sent it 4 times and I'm not gonna do it again. That's what I want to know. I know he better not have been talking to one of them women like that. All right, let me let this play.
They're not going to be prosecuted, none of them.
Okay, Ms. Parks, your time.
Good evening. Well, as you know, we have had
hold up. I want to listen.
A case now, in the past.
Miss Montgomery, she put fire up on him. She gave him that work, dignified work, and both of them motivated me to not to be so verbally intrusive. I'm trying, but it's hard not to be so verbally intrusive in this video delivery, because these two elders, very, very classy elder women, very articulate and highly intelligent and compassionate and humane. Everything I would want my grandmama to be, every woman in my family to be. Again, we had more women like this, we have a better world. But Miss Parks right here, now I want you to really listen to the points she's making. And then I want you to just note the board, this bootlicking nigga that run the board. I don't even like, when I don't like somebody, I don't even really like putting, like, burning their name in. So I don't even remember his name. I'll go back to it. But because I'll, like, what I'm gonna do is chop them down singly, because I'm really dealing with Jesus Hernandez in this episode. I'm gonna break this down probably in 3-4 parts. But what was I saying? I lost point of thought. Oh, he gonna do her dirty when she started making, again, I'm going to stress for the 4th time, really listen to what Mrs. Parks is talking about. And watch how fast they get her ass up off that mic. which is highly disrespectful. But her notes and points and how fast she was with it too. You can tell she been doing this a long time, because she made all, like, I'm learning. They had made their points. I'd be like going on a damn tangent, just talk. So I like just even watching them to learn to making a concentrated effort to shorten it up. It ain't gonna happen in this video. This is my first test video on utilizing this new way of doing video essays with the digital notes. It's a bunch of, I got a bunch of stuff going on by doing something in a totally new way. But watch the disrespect and how they hurried up off the mic when she started making them real points. And then after that, they start cutting it, talking about 2 minutes. Right after that, 2 minutes. They ain't tell her, oh, you only get 2 minutes. They decided that when she came up. That's a strategy again. Now they supposed to be here for the taxpayers community, and it seems every tactic they got is to hamper or stall a community out that hired them, the resident that hired them in. This, yeah, and share this so other people can see this, so we can start getting them up out of there. That's the key. You can't be lazy about it, because when they disrespecting this what got me on a tangent and on fire right now. You don't do this to older women that's taking their time, being respectful, and you gonna treat them with this type of disrespect. When y'all need to watch the video, there'll be a link in the description to watch this video fully. But in the beginning, all the police commissioners talk, and even one they was, and a couple of them came in late, and they let them go right to the mic and get 3 to 5, 5 minutes to talk. 5 minutes, and they came in late. Soon as 2 of them came in late, they let them talk about 5 minutes. I might cover that in another video, but my point is the people that I like, that I want to highlight, and how things should be done. But then when she started giving them that work, and she wasn't disrespectful, she was just telling the truth. See how they got her up out of there 2 minutes. Highly disrespectful to a real elder. But let these boot and Sambo niggas, Negro Peens, talk as long as they want, coming in late. All right, let's listen to Ms. Parks right now.
Yes, and it was Maddelain Green. Maddelain Green was beat down by 2 racist officers here in this city over 30 years ago now. Those police officers were reprimanded and went to jail. As you know, your current supposed mayor was over the prosecutor's office at that time and fired the medical examiner because the medical examiner would not lie and say that Maddelain Green died of a drug overdose. So if you don't know the case and you think I'm lying, all you gotta do is go back and look. Also, Porter Burks. So I guess none of these officers are gonna be charged with shooting him over 20 times. Not only did he get shot, but they shot up buses and other things over there in that neighborhood also. And what I need to know is, I don't hear anybody saying how many new officers are here in the city of Detroit, and do they currently live in the city of Detroit? And how many officers who are already on the force that live in the community where we are right now, that serve on the police force? The meetings that are held here and at the police headquarters, it's not a lot of community involvement. It's always mostly police officers who are attending these meetings. So I don't think the message is getting out as well as it should, because people need to attend these meetings. It's always more, and when you have it at the headquarters, I'm not gonna come to the headquarters where all the police at to file a complaint. A lot of times that's a deterrence for people when they're coming to make a complaint about what's going on with the officers.
Okay, that's your time.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, Scrio, followed by Minister Eric Blunt.
These some goddamn cowards. Oh, that's your time. See how fast they got her over there? And then especially when she made that valid point that y'all holding this here with the police inside the police precinct. Look at them. Boot-licking Sambo ass. Negro, don't see me calm down. Negro Peens. And again, let's go back to what's his name, Burns. Look at Commissioner Burns over there. They broke him down. I ain't gonna do him dirty, but look at him. Don't he just look so broken, defeated? I want y'all to watch that video too to see. I might, I'm probably just gonna edit it and make a video of just his body language in this meeting and any other one after he got assaulted by DPD and they strong-armed him because they ain't like him taking a voting position against the the green light cameras initiative, right? That surveillance. After that, he just looked so defeated and broken. But yeah, look, boy, this is so disrespectful because she made good, valid points. I wanted y'all to pay attention and make sure you paid attention. And matter of fact, I'll do one more time with Hernandez. And actually, I'm probably just gonna be about 3 parts because we'll get into this, and the next one will be with the callers. Now because this was starting of that work on. Hold up, let me go to where you at. Right, the starting of the work that made. How I punched you in the face, I'm gonna leave you like that. Hold up, he ain't talking about nothing. Hold on. It's peacocking. Hold up. Wait, is this? Yeah, they're food. That barrier class new arrival Fleer. Hold on. Right. One more time, and I'm gonna end it on this one, because this is gonna just be a little shortcut. Let's hear him again.
Directed to me, so I'll give an update once again for maybe the 4th time on the hiring process for board secretary and chief investigator. Every process that we're following is entirely consistent with city HR practices and guidance. Guidance is the key word there. This is not a process that myself or any other commissioner has made up or invented out of thin air. It's consistent with legal practices and guidance from the law department as well. And that's why I entirely feel confident in that process. The discretion for an executive position that is appointment-based is exactly what we're doing. We're hosting these meetings, or these interviews rather, in-house, in committee. There was plenty of opportunity to have feedback provided to myself, to Chair Ferguson, to others, which that was not the case. We have interviews scheduled tomorrow morning, which I think is very irresponsible to try and suggest otherwise less than 24 hours from when we have those meetings scheduled. There's been a lot of work from city HR and the law department already to get us to this point. And so with that process laid out and with us executing on that process, we're going to fill these positions in a manner that is legal and consistent with the policies that are in place, not that I invented, but city HR. So if there are any questions, I would refer any commissioner that has a question to the law department and to city HR to ask them at this point, because I've provided this thoroughly and transparently on several occasions, and I won't do so again.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Commissioner.
Boy, that just rubbed me the wrong damn way. The arrogance of you barrier class failures. Couldn't make it in your own country. And then look, this is the picture I want. Listen, this is the picture I want right here. Look what I'm seeing. Broken niggas. Broken Negro peens. Look at that. The next generation with the CD chair or the chief of police little flunky. She ain't even checking. Burns broken. He ain't checking nobody.
Hit the like button and subscribe. I need you to hit the like button so it can register on YouTube algorithm. That's why I don't monetize it. All I need you to do, and again, if you enjoy this free content, this free information, and you leave here smarter, which is my intention, then go ahead and hit the like button and share.
But the key, I don't know, see, I don't know if I zoom in, can you see the laugh of the head chair of the police commissioners? This bootlicking nigga, he understand what's going on. He's smiling, boy, that boy got a Kool-Aid smile going on. Look at him. Hold up. Look at him. Look at him. Ain't nobody checked. Nan. Look at him smile. Us against them. That's what it is. Believe what you're seeing. I know most of you cowards, you content niggas. Most of you old people, you can't be like Miss Parks and Miss Montgomery. Nah. You can't be like them. Y'all won't come about worried about just dying already. I just looking for a comfortable death. Oh yeah, I don't want no trouble. Old ass niggas. Or you a Negro peeing like one of these niggas. We gonna get into it. See, and you see that one on the left? That police commissioner? No, the far right? Hold on, where my mom said? Him right here. He came in late. Soon as they came in, this bootlick, well, I'm gonna show you the next video. This bootlicking nigga was like, oh, you can say something to the mic. He stood talking for about 5 minutes. And that kicked it off where every one of them got at least 5 minutes to talk. But soon as Miss Parks came up giving them that work, 2 minutes. And then they started it off with her. 2 minutes. Now they let Miss Montgomery, she went beyond 2 minutes. They let her get everything out. But Miss Parks came with that real work. She was like Miss Montgomery, she was just worried about, she was concerned about, that they killing the boy that was disabled and handicapped. But Miss Parks gave him that work from past cases, what the mayor had to do with it, the morgue had to do with it, the intimidation, just even holding the police commissioner, that I don't like. So I'm on their head after that, especially Hernandez, really all of them, especially who I'm hunting and who on my sites on a digital hunt. Because I'm gonna let you know, Jesus Hernandez, commissioner. I don't even know his name. Yeah, because I'm sticking with Hernandez. The next one probably I'm gonna put him on him. Y'all don't know this. See, what y'all don't understand, that arrogance, that disrespect you showing us, they video recording all this. Y'all can only control so much. Like again, whoever he was speaking to, they ain't show. I wanted to show, because only the older women and the advocates over here, the elders over here, the civilian elders. Who was he talking to? See, that was very clever what they did with the camera. And if you notice when they was talking, they ain't never just, well, no, they did. But again, who was they talking to? They didn't show who he was talking to. It was only older women over in this area. Miss Montgomery and Miss Parks. Let me make sure that's her name. I want to know who that damn. That's why I don't even want to know the chair name right now. I want to know, which all I gotta do is scroll back up and look at it at the time. Hold on. Yeah, Kathy Montgomery. Right. Now remember, again, see what see. Cause when I say it's like, oh, you tripping. They said, nah. They let her get her out. Maybe because she white. Did they let her go fully? See what I'm looking at is disdain. See again, the classism and colorism in Detroit black. Did they just let her get her out because she's an older, nice white lady? And she had concern for the mentally ill and she only had one issue? Or was it because she only had one issue? Or for Miss Parks is because Miss Parks was saying that real. And she had several real in-depth issues, and she even started where basically showed how the system works here in Detroit, the legal system, on what, how they mistreat people. It's a very criminal system that DPD uses and the prosecutor, how they work in collusion with each other. Now, the Detroit police commissioners. Now, something up with these Detroit police commissioners, because, which will be the next video I'll do, because these calls went kind of long, because they was going in on these calls. Hold on, down. Oh wait, I don't even think I put them here. Hold on, no. The next video will be here. Oh no, we're gonna do, actually, she might be 3 videos, because we got to deal with, I'm gonna show you because this is when he was peacocking. They let each one of these commissioners talk 5 to 7 minutes. For real, 5 to 7 minutes. They ain't never cut nobody down to 2, but they don't cut Miss Parker's down to 2. I don't like that disrespect, not at all. Not when the elder out here fighting for us. So I'm on them. I'm on them. I ain't playing no games with them. They gonna see. You don't be doing that to us, because now I'm gonna demean you. Him, this fool, you next on my. Right now today, we deal with Jesus Hernandez, because y'all got that damn what is it called? Jesus complex. Hold on, white Jesus complex. Totally subservient. They let her talk forever. Oh my God, I think this gonna be probably an hour by itself on what she broke down how they hire police officers. I'm gonna get you ready for that. The hiring practice they trying to bring in, their recruiting level is so low. First off, they do everything backwards, but the recruiting level is so low that the last 200 and something applicants that didn't make it, they're gonna bring them back in. Who does that? They couldn't make the first wave. How you gonna bring them back in? Then again, and hold up, I'll just state this. One of the number one things that stuck out to me was they do a background check after they pass like 3 or 4 physical. Like, look, to me, this is why Detroit is criminal, and that's why I'm gonna have to break her down by myself. They allow them to do the physical test, I guess the competency test, and all that. They get to do all that, and they save the background test for last. Now, when you go for a regular job, one of the first things they do is the piss test and then the background test. Those are together. But not for DPD. That the background test is last. So it's like, I guess they be like, you a criminal, we gonna let you in. Then, you know, if you get through all that, we can go ahead and sweep something that we don't like under that background test under the rug. Who does that? That lets you know something up. But then, but again, they going back to hire 200 some of the applicants that didn't make it through the first wave. The recruiting process is so low now. They about to go back in. Hold on. Oh, did I stop it there? Oh man, hold on. Oh no, wait, is this notes messed up? Hold on. Yo, what's going on, man? Oh yeah, no, actually no, here it is. Yeah, actually the notes did get a bit confused. But yeah, this we're gonna deal with callers. We're gonna minister calls in, 2 ex-commissioners on the SAC chair. Oh, they was giving them their work. So yeah, I'm gonna have to draw this out about 3 hours. But yeah, but until the next video, just analyze and see and get these idiots out of office. They're no use to us, and I'm gonna really keep pointing that out. But Jesus Hernandez with your belligerent attitude and disrespectful to black people, regular citizens, I'm on you. And what I mean I'm on you, this is digital warfare. What I'm gonna make sure is I'm gonna spread this so wide and so large that your name gonna be dirty, because it's gonna be about disrespect. You ain't gonna be able to show your face in respectable places. That's my mission for individuals like this and doing Detroit residents wrong and dirty and being disrespectful. I'm gonna make sure that your kids not gonna want to have your last name. And just going off your actions, just displaying your actions and articulating what I see from your barrier class cowardice antics.
Builds up his city, I'ma be at the gate scanning you niggas, and none of you niggas is allowed inside of the new Wakanda when it comes to these smear campaigns. We need black media. We need strong black media.
This channel is dedicated to benefiting you by educating you through enhanced digital technology for social, cultural, and political economical development by using social commentary on social issues or news stories. If you like this video, hit the like button. Don't forget to share and subscribe.